Hey guys, my name is Michelle and I am the owner of Lily Rose Craft Room. If you're new here, then welcome to my channel. If you love crafting tutorials, reviews, tips, and tricks, then make sure you're subscribed to my channel and tap the bell to be notified when videos are posted. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to make this beautiful Monstera leopard print tumbler. Alright, let's get right onto the video. All the products used in this video will be linked down in the description below so you can find them there. First, I'm going to start off by prepping my tumbler by spraying it with a spray paint from Color Shot. This color is called Farmer's Daughter. Next, we're going to be adhering the glitter to the cup. And we're going to do things a little bit different today. I usually use Mod Podge and then I apply the glitter. But this time I'm going to be using UV resin. So I'm just going to squirt that all over the cup and then spread it around with my gloved hand. And this is just like a quicker way to move on to the next step. Like if you're in a crunch time, just use the UV resin and then you cure it and you can move on to the epoxy sealing. Next, we're going to be using this glitter. It's called Pink Lemonade and it's a custom mix that I created. And you can only find this glitter on my website at lilyrosecraftroom.com. And we're just going to sprinkle this beautiful color mix all over the cup. Next, after your cup is coated with the glitter, you're going to grab your UV light and just hold it over your cup for about 3 minutes. Or if you live in a sunny state, you can put your cup outside in the sun for about 3 minutes and it'll cure. After the cup has cured for about 3 minutes, we're going to move on to the epoxy seal. So I am using Illuminlight's Quick Coat Epoxy and I'm using a total of 20 ml for this first layer. And after I got my cup coated with my gloved hand, I am going to grab my heat torch and I'm just going to torch around the cup to get rid of all the micro bubbles. I did give the cup a second layer of epoxy, so now we are going to be sanding it. With that second layer of epoxy, it made the cup smooth. The only rough parts are the top and the bottom. So those are the parts that we're going to be sanding. A reason why I'm not going to be sanding the center of the cup is because we're going to be using water slide decals. And when you apply a water slide decals, you need the underneath to be glossy. Because if you just put a water slide decal or a clear decal over it sanded, you're going to be able to see the parts sanded underneath. So we need to keep it glossy. After I'm done sanding the cup, I'm just going to spray it with some alcohol and I'm just going to wipe down all the sanding dust. Next, these are the decals that I'm going to be using. I already cut them with my Cricut. So this gold one is a textured gold from Tech Wrap Craft. And then the leopard spots, I just use a black vinyl. And this water slide paper is from Hayes Paper Company. I prepped my water slide paper outside with 2 coats of the clear spray paint. So with the water slide paper, if you've ever used it before, you know that you don't have to cut it exactly. You could just cut around it because the parts that are white, it's going to be clear. So the only parts that you're going to be able to see are where it's colored or where it's printed. Next, I'm going to be applying the water slide decals to the tumbler first. Next, I'm just going to be applying these water slides all over the cup, just randomly wherever I think they look best. And if you've never applied water slide paper before, they're pretty cool. Like you just stick them or you soak them in water until they start sliding off the paper. That's when you know they're ready. And then you just kind of like pat them dry with, I'm using a coffee filter so it could just absorb the water. And then they just look pretty cool because you can see the glitter underneath. You can also use clear vinyl paper, like clear printable vinyl. So that also works, but I just had some water slide paper in hand, so I used it. Next, I'm going to apply the gold textured vinyl that I got from Tech Wrap Craft. And I'm just going to apply it with transfer tape. And if you're going to do this, you want to be very, very careful not to touch the water slide paper with your transfer tape, or else you're going to lift up your water slide paper. So just be very careful. You can also apply it like without the transfer tape. You could apply it like a sticker. When I tried doing that, the leaves started like getting all wonky. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be careful with the transfer tape better. So that worked out easier for me. So, you know, just do whatever works best for you. So I'm just going to apply these gold leaves randomly around the cup wherever they look best. Next, I'm going to use this paint pen from Craft Smart, and this is a gold metallic color. And what I'm going to do with this one is I'm just going to randomly put those black leopard spots. And then on some spots, I'm going to make a circle with the paint pen. And then I'm going to put that leopard spot over it so it could give it a nice, like a gold pop to it. So I'm just going to do those randomly. And also, if you try this, make sure before you put that leopard spot on top of it to make sure the gold is dry, because I got a little impatient. And then I had to touch up some areas because it lifted up the paint when I put the transfer paper on there. So just let it fully dry before you put the black spots on. After I started applying the spots with my weeding tool, because I just couldn't wait for the paint to dry. I get impatient, okay? But yeah, do whatever works best for you. So next step, after all the decals have been placed, I'm going to give it a coat of the Alumilite Quick Coat Epoxy. I'm using a total of 20 mLs of this, so 10 of part A and then 10 of part B to make a total of 20. So I'm just going to rub the epoxy all around the cup to make sure every part is coated. And then after that's done, I'm going to go over it with a heat torch to pop all the micro bubbles. After that last coat of epoxy, I did give it one more coat because I was still able to feel the vinyl. So after that coat was cured, I am now going to clean the inside and the rim of the cup. So as you can see, I got spray paint inside the cup. So I'm just going to grab an X-Acto knife or a little blade, and I'm just going to go along the top edge of the cup and just clean up all the epoxy that was on the rim of the cup. When you're cleaning that top edge of the cup, you want to be very, very careful because 1, you don't want to cut yourself, and then 2, you don't want it to slide off and like scratch the cup, because then you're going to need another coat of epoxy to cover that up. So be very, very careful when you're using the blade. Then after we clean the rim, you just want to clean it up with a paper towel to get all the debris off. Next, we're going to use 100% acetone on a piece of napkin paper. And we're just going to pour a little bit onto the napkin, and then we're going to clean the inside. So with that acetone, what it does, it just cleans up that spray paint. So we're going to clean all that spray paint off. So this is a step that you always want to do, before you send out a cup, because you don't want to send out a cup with spray paint and like nasty stuff inside the cup. So make sure the inside is nice and clean. Then after that, we take it to the sink and we wash it with soap and water. And then it comes out really clean, and now it's safe to go to your customer. And like always, here is the finished look. I am obsessed with this cup, and I feel like I say this about every single cup I made, but honestly this time I feel like this is one of the best, most prettiest cup I've ever made. I love it so, so much. So if you guys watched this until the end, thank you so much. Show me by leaving some leopard emojis in the comments. Thank you for watching until the end. If you learned something, or you found this video helpful, or if you just like the cup, hit that like button. And also, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell so you guys don't miss out on any new videos. Thank you guys so much. I will see you on the next one. Bye.